Right, we've had a few technical issues today. We are just coming to the end of the lunch break. The action will restart at 1 o'clock. We haven't got any cars in the pit lane yet, but I can see marshals returning to their posts now. So now might be a good time to run through the event and how that's going to go this afternoon. So this would be if I had some cameras. There we go. Right, okay. This afternoon we are halfway through the second timed run of 3 today. We will have the second half. We've completed the road cars and we are moving into the specialist cars. And after that we will move into the modified cars and onwards from there. So the timetable has let's just say we've gone well today. So we were aiming to start the second time run at 1 o'clock. We'll actually be starting the specialist production cars at 1 o'clock. So we've already completed the road. And we'll be running through specialist road cars, modified cars, specialist modified cars, then into the Sports Libre class, which is anything goes. We've got a couple of radicals in there, and the rally cars. Then moving on to the single-seater cars, where we'll see the battle for the fastest time of the day, and then into our championships, the Vincenzo & Sons Bristol MX-5 Challenge and the Bristol 2 Litre Cup, followed by the Porsche Championship. So if you're wondering what those cars are, the road cars, which we've just completed, are fully road usable. So that means a full interior, all of the things that you would expect to find in your normal road car will be in the cars that we've just seen. But that doesn't mean they're standard. They're often highly modified, and huge amounts of power in the unlimited class there. But we will be seeing the road registered specialist production cars first, I believe. So those are kit cars, and they're split into 3 classes of car engines under 1400cc, car engines 1400 to 1800cc, and then the unlimited car engines and anything that's got a bike engine in it. So they tend to be a little bit more powerful. We'll move on from there into the modified cars, which started off as production cars and have been extensively modified since. And so these are more touring cars and that sort of thing. They're fully stripped out. They've got perspex windows. They're proper racing cars on slick tyres. From there we'll move on to Sports Libre. The green radical you can see there is actually competing today. That's Clive Worcester. He'll be competing in under 1800cc. I believe that's a 1500cc, or is it a 1600? I think it's a 1500cc Hayabusa engine, 1598 in fact. So that's bored and stroked, and it's somewhere in the region of 250 horsepower. It's an absolute rocket ship. So this is anything goes for Sports Libre, as long as it's got 4 wheels when it leaves the line, and the wheels are covered. That's the key part of that. So from there we'll move into the fastest cars, the single seaters. On screen there, the photo by Screen Photography of Steve Miles, who is competing today. And in the background that you can't quite see is the SBD Delara, an ex-Formula 3 car, but with well over 300 horsepower from both of those cars. So we'll move on from those cars into our championships, the Vincenzo and Son MX5 Challenge, where we've already seen today that Matt Parr has dipped under the I believe has dipped under the existing class record, or at least that's what I was told. But looking at he has in fact dipped under the class record with a 72.91, which is astounding when you consider the class record for that class is a 73.93. So he has taken just over a second off the class record. Pekka Tulakas has also dipped under the class record in a 73.78. So fantastic times from both of those. And from there onwards we will move into the Bristol 2 litre Cup. Now there's actually only 2 cars in that class running in that position, but that's because the championship is actually spread across all the classes, from road, modified and Libra. So that'll be good to see later on. So we're still waiting for cars in the paddock. What I will do is I will put you I can see marshals on the marshals posts on the cameras. We do have most of our cameras running now after our technical problems this morning. So we have got Quarry Corner covered as we did this morning, but we've also got cameras at Tower and Bobby, so fingers crossed that'll keep going throughout the afternoon. I'll put you on to some previous event videos for you to watch whilst we wait for the first car. I'll be back in a mo.
Okay, we're starting to get some cars coming up to the start line, so we'll be able to see them in a second. Once we have all of the cars here, we'll start to start sending them off. Okay, so we've had a nice change in weather. It is now nice and sunny and warm, so we should be seeing some lap times improving, and we're getting the cars up to the start line now. And I believe the first car is about to start. Just getting ready after our lunch break to start the cars.
Bonus.
Okay, and the first car is out on track now. We have Nicholas Olsen in the Lotus Esprit S3. We've just had Chris Bennett leave the start line in his Caterham 7 Road Sport. And you're looking at Quarry now as he's going round. We are still waiting on Nicholas Olsen's time. And Nicholas Olsen has just crossed the finish line. We don't have his time up yet though. We also have now Chris Bennett, Michael Smith and Graham Holdstock on the track at the moment. And Chris Bennett has just come across the finish line, but yet again, no time. Okay, the timing system has a problem, so I think the race has been temporarily stopped until they can fix that. So we won't have any times for a second here. Basically, every electrical thing on the premise of Castle Coombe has gone wrong today, so...
Okay, so we've got a bit of a break here still. We've had a few runs in Class B2, but we haven't got any times recorded for those drivers. Here we go. They're just starting to come in now. Timekeepers have obviously had a bit of trouble doing this. So Mike Smith has ended up in the lead of the class so far on a 66.24. He was already leading, but he's now extended his advantage. Chris Bennett has put in a 67.61, which is reasonably close. I'm sure Mike will be a little bit worried about that. Graham Holdstock is in third place on a 74.24, also improving. And we have another car off the line. It is Philip Matchwick in the Caterham 7140 Road Sport. Our cameras are coming and going by the looks of things. But we do at least have a few more cameras than we had this morning. Sorry if you were desperate to watch it earlier and we weren't here, but we are at least here now. So next off the line is Colin Wolstenholme in a Riley MPH. A fantastic looking car, that. Yeah, looks like we have lost the second car. A lot of smoke for that car going into the corner there. I'm particularly pleased with this camera position. It's a little bit jerky, but it is a fantastic looking camera angle. I can hear Dave Rayner has just left the start line in his Caterham Supersport F200. So Philip Matchwick finished in a 69.12, which puts him in third position.
And we've just had John Brunner leave the start line in his Ginetta G20, and he's now just finished going around Quarry. And we've had Chris Jones finish with a 67.78 in his Caterham 7 Road Sport. And he crossed the finish line with an 81.9 mile an hour speed.